And now I'm absolutely delighted to welcome Loree, whose book Missing Words is also published today. And Loree Westron is an American writer who now lives in Portsmouth. She's previously worked at the local Royal Mail sorting office and experienced the influence to novella Missing Words. Loree has a MA and PhD in creative writing from Chichester University. Her short stories are placed highly in competitions, including the Fish Prize and the V.S. Pritchett Memorial Prize. Her writing has been published in journals and anthologies, including the London Magazine. And Missing Words is her debut novella. And a great big welcome to Loree to read from her work.
Hi, well, thank you very much. I just want to say I've read all three of the other novellas and they are fabulous. And I feel really, honored to have mine among them. This section that I'm going to read from is from the early part of the book, and it's introducing the postcard that plays a central role. The character works at Royal Mail sorting office here in Portsmouth, and anyway, I shall continue. Okay. It is a typical beach scene. Blue sky, white sands, leaning palms. One of the perks of sorting mail is looking at postcards from other people's holidays. Jenny glances at the card, then lays it picture side up on the bench where her mind can wander through it as she works. Postcards from beach holidays, though, are meager inspiration, and she longs for a more engaging view to come along. Sunrise behind the pyramids on the Giza Plateau, Icelandic geysers shooting skywards, a mule train picking its way down the side of the Grand Canyon. Her favorite card so far this summer has been from a girl who called herself Miracle. The picture was of a sand-colored temple surrounded by shorn-headed boys in saffron robes, and Miracle, so she wrote, had found tranquility. When her bench is cleared again, Jenny upends a fresh box of letters and spreads its contents in front of the wooden frame. She grabs a handful of the envelopes and, clutching them close to her chest, she begins sorting once more. Her right hand plucks crisp endearments and telecom bills from her left and casts them into pigeonholes marked Preston and Leeds and Plymouth and York in smooth, sharp, continuous strokes. 2 minutes for each clutch of letters, 20 for each box, 1,500 letters an hour. It takes her 15 minutes to cycle to work each morning, and another 5 to weave her way past the receiving bays and dispatch bays in the cavernous hall beneath the building before climbing the steps to the sorting room floor. For 5 years, she has been the only woman to stick with the job and the only woman in the building outside of the canteen and offices upstairs. Swiftly, she works her way through each box of letters, the local pigeonholes filling up fast. Milton, Hilsey, Southsea, Cosham. On occasion, there are still catcalls from the men, but she has grown used to their banter and deaf to their jibes. The sorting room office is vast, the size of a small city block with an equally large population. Men sorting packets and parcels and bulk mail and letters, men running machines, men dividing the post into neighborhoods and streets ready for local delivery, men pushing York trolleys around the floor, men laughing, men shouting. On the north and west sides of the sorting room, 2 floors of offices rise above the main hall, their blackened windows overlooking the machines and the men and her. In all the time Jenny has worked in the sorting room, she has been upstairs only once, the day she was interviewed, tested, hired, and trained. As she works, she glances up at the windows from time to time and wonders if someone is behind the glass looking down. At the next frame, Roger works steadily, his gaze unwavering as though he's in a trance. There are 64 pigeonholes in his letter frame, and he knows the exact position of each one by heart. Jenny watches him out of the corner of her eyes. His hands barely move as letters fly one after another towards their final destinations. Behind the rows of letter frames at her back, the CFC, a machine as big as a house, drones through the day as it tumbles letters into place, turning them face out and canceling their stamps before they are boxed and stacked and pushed into a line of York trolleys ready to be sorted by hand. Until the end of their late shift, when the machines are switched off and the letter frames are cleared, the sorting office is never still. Fans whir overhead, machines rumble and clatter. Yorks clunk together as they are wheeled into their rows. Somewhere nearby, a transistor is tuned to radio 2, but the music is drowned out by the noise. When she has finished the last of the letters on her bench, Jenny picks up the beach postcard she has set to one side earlier in the morning, ready to toss it into the frame with the rest. Turning it over to check its destination, she finds the words "insufficient address" scrawled in the white space next to Isle of Wight. The name of the town and the postcard are missing. The name of the town and the postcode are missing. Its only destination now is the dead letter office at the far end of the sorting room. She scans the message quickly. Life is nothing without you in it. There we go.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Loree. I was completely there in that workplace with you, seeing it and feeling it, and it's amazing to have that part of the story, because then everything leads from that moment, doesn't it, into the rest of the novella, and we'll be talking about that a little bit later.